Gaus here, and today I'm going to show you how to submit your world to the Game Jam. So once you arrive at the Gaus Jam page, if you are signed in, you'll be presented with a submit your project. Now if it does not say that, if it says please join, click that button and it'll either join you to the Game Jam or it'll ask you to sign in. Once you have completed that, click on submit your project. This is just something that I have written. It's kind of a reminder of what you should kind of have on your submission page, the game title, all the team members, and if some of your team have not joined the Game Jam and they would like to vote on other submissions, please make sure they join the Game Jam before the end of the submission period or they will not be able to vote. Description: write a brief description of your game, highlighting its main features and how it aligns with the theme. Now, the submission deadline is at 11:59 p.m. on 9 February. Just make sure you submit your world to the Game Jam before that time, else you will not be able to submit it. However, I can allow for late submissions on a case-by-case basis. Just try to submit it before the deadline. Now, these are not required, but they're highly recommended. A gameplay video just showcasing the world, screenshots, 5 screenshots that showcase the core experience loop. If your submission is incomplete, or if your submission is found to be violating any of the rules, I can disqualify them. If you have already created a page, you can select it here, and then it will show up here, and you can select it and submit from there. If you have not, you can either go to your dashboard and create the page, or click this upload game button. Title, just whatever title that you have in Horizon. Just for an example, I'll put in Project Alpha, and then that will automatically update my project URL. You can change this to whatever you want. It does not have to be the title. I highly suggest you upload a cover image. That way when people are scrolling through the submissions, they're presented with a thumbnail picture instead of nothing. If you have a gameplay video or trailer on YouTube or Vimeo, you can drop the link in here, and if you have any screenshots, you can upload them here. A short description or tagline, so this will be shown with the link to the world. Classification, I'm gonna use games. The only other one that really kind of fits would be other. For kind of project, we're going to want to put this as downloadable. We're not downloading anything, but this will prevent any errors on the page. The release status, you can choose release, which is basically saying the project is complete. That doesn't mean you're not going to continue working on it. In development means it's basically in beta. And then prototype is, it's not anywhere near, it's just more of an idea of a game. So those 3 fit. On hold and cancel don't really fit, because that means that you're either not working on it anymore or you just scrap the idea altogether. Pricing, this is more for if the user is required to download something. Since we're not going to be doing that, the pricing does not matter. Uploads, this does not pertain to us. The embedding options, viewport dimensions, frame options, all that is more for if you're going to upload something, which we're not doing, so we don't really care about that stuff. Details, this is what your page is going to look like. So if you want, we're gonna want our title, so Project Alpha, and I'm just going to change this to heading 1, and then we can have our world link. So if we go to get a world link, and then we can just drop the link in here. And then we're going to want some sort of description. Now this isn't the short form description. This is more of a detailed, so I wouldn't go more than a paragraph on this. But we can definitely give this a higher heading. Let's go heading 3. We want a description, and then we're going to want our team members. And if you do have team members that have an itch account, you can then link their profile with them. What kind of game is it? They do not have social, but they do have other, so you can put other. So whatever genre you think it is. The tags, what kind of tags? You don't have to use these. You can use your own, just have to comma separate them. If you're using any AI within the world, you can say that it does or not. If it's on any of these other stores, which they're not going to be, so we don't have to worry about that. Custom noun, if you don't put anything in here, it's just going to call it a game. So if you wanted to call it something else, this is where you would put that. Community, if you want to try to build a community behind your world, you can do so. You can either disable it. Default is comments, so people will be able to drop comments on your page, or you can create a discussion board, which is kind of like a forum. And then visibility, you can set it as a draft, which means only people with edit abilities can see it. Restricted means only owners and authorized people. You can authorize anybody you want. And then public. So when it comes time to submit this project, this is going to have to be set to public. That way we all can see it. I'm just going to set it as draft. And we have to set this as public after we save. So if I go to save now, I could set this as public if I wanted to. And if I hit save and view page, so here this is what our page looks like. It's just going to be, we have the title, so you don't have to add the title if you don't want to. If you want a little more descriptive title, you can also do that here. We have the link to the world, which when they click on it, brings us to the world, which allows us to go to it or save it or whatever. We can add we have our description, our team members, and more information. This is just how old is the page, is the game released, who the author is. If you want to change the theme, so you don't like this white and gray, or you don't like this font type, we can click on edit, and we can change our background color. So this is background color 1, this is background color 2. We can change our text color, our link color. There's a little more options we can do. We can change headers if you want a header. You can add, so if you do add screenshots, you can adjust how they are shown. And then if you want to use a banner, so the banner image will show up above the title, and then the background will be where this darker gray is. And then you can save it, it'll update. And then if you want to post this on a portfolio type of page, you can click on widget, and then you can adjust, and this is what it would look like on your page, and you can change the way it looks. And just to showcase that, I will go to my portfolio page, and so this is what it looks like for a completed project. And then you could click on either that to bring it up, or that, and then it just goes to the page. And that is how we create the page. And then once you have it created, we can go back to the game jam. It doesn't automatically submit the project, so you're going to have to come back here, submit your project, and then find it on here, which it does. I don't have it as public, so it's not going to appear. So you would set it to public. It'll appear in this list. You'd click on it, add any additional comments you want regarding the project, hit submit, and then there will be a tab for submissions. You won't be able to see submissions until you submit your project. And then once this countdown ends, you'll be able to visit the different pages and vote on them. And that is all I have for submitting your project.